I can get off on you. But I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head so it didn't hurt. And the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. And then I fumbled through my closet for my clothes and found my cleanest, dirtiest shirt. And I washed my face and combed my hair, stumbled down the stairs to meet the day. I smoked my brain the night before with cigarettes and songs that we were picking. I lit my first and watched a small kid cussing at a cat he was kicking. And somewhere down the street, I thought I could smell some southern fried chicken. And it took me back to something that I'd lost somehow, somewhere along life's way. Now that song was written by Chris Christopherson. And Chris Christopherson was the first person I met when I got to Nashville, Tennessee, and I was on parole. And Chris said, I'll come out of a phone booth, and he was standing there, and he looked at me and said, "You're a songwriter." I went, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, me too." I said, "Really? Let's go play songs for each other." So we went over to this place called Centennial Park. I wrote a song about it years later, one of the X-rated albums. We went to Centennial Park and we sat down there and played songs for each other. He said to me, he says, "David Allan," he said, "I got some shows coming up and you gotta come and do some shows with me." I said, "Man, I'm on parole." He said, "Well, let me get a hold of your parole office, see if I can get you a travel permit." I said, "Okay, that sounds good." So he got me a travel permit. Our first show was in New Jersey. And on the show that night was a guy named Bruce Springsteen. I was back in the dressing room with a couple young guys that I had just met through Chris Christopherson. One of them's name was John Prine, and one of them's name was Stevie Goodman. And Stevie Goodman had leukemia, and they told him he didn't have long to live. But we were just back there playing songs for each other. And Stevie played me this song, and I played it for you. Stevie's dead now. This song's still alive. It was all that I could do to keep from crying. Sometimes it seems so useless to me. You don't have to call me darling. You never even called me by my name. And you don't have to call me Waylon Jennings. And you don't have to call me Charlie Pride. And you don't have to call me Merle Haggard anymore. Even though you're on my fighting side. Call me darling. You never even call me by my name. A friend of mine named Steve Goodman wrote that song. He told me it was the perfect country and western song. I wrote him back a letter and I told him it was not the perfect country and western song because they hadn't said anything at all about mama or trains or trucks or prisons or getting drunk. So he wrote another verse of the song and he sent it to me, and after reading it, I realized my friend had written the perfect country and western song. I felt obliged to put it out as my third record. The last verse went like this. I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison. And I went, pick her up in the rain. before I could get to the station in my pickup truck. What happened there?
She got run over by a damn gold train.
Yeah, Lord, as you were there. I never mind standing in the rain. You don't have to call me darling. You never even call me. I wonder why you don't call me. Why don't you call me by my name? Thank you for coming. I'll see you.